Okay, everybody's got a fucking podcast. I mean, we have a podcast, so obviously anyone can do it.
Wait, this is a podcast?
Are you recording right now?
Technical difficulties.
No, you don't have to say anything. I'm gonna edit it out.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
I put mayonnaise on a pickle.
It was not the best, but it might have been the worst.
Do my feet? I mean, my feet stink, right?
Yeah.
I've not been on the content crisis stage, and it seems like almost, what, a month? 2 months? It feels like a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, you know, life gets in the way.
Is anybody else ridiculously horny after watching this movie?
You know?
I think there's other factors that are playing into my horniness right now, but I'm really horny right now.
Okay.
Are
you horny?
I jerked off in the car on my
Did you?
way.
Oh, you jerked off. About you, Tyler?
We jerked each other off in the
Yeah,
car.
you know.
Well, I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're here.
We're all very collectively horny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of testosterone in this room right now.
Man,
We had discussed making some OnlyFans content, and
Yeah. I think we're at that point now. We're ready to really pull the fucking trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm ready to bust.
If by pull the trigger, you mean cum?
Yeah, I am ready to rock.
Listen, we gonna have this room smell like semen and testosterone and buttholes.
Yeah. Yep.
somehow
You know this, man.
I'm less excited. I don't know.
I
That
didn't
part,
like- I
that
didn't
part
like what he
kind of
said.
took me down.
I didn't like what he said, but
Yeah.
I liked all the other stuff.
I'm soft.
Yeah.
Fucking flaccid.
Man, so we watched a movie at the movie theaters.
Could you
This was
even
not
call it a movie?
It was a feature-length film.
Let me be clear.
Yeah, I don't know if this was considered a movie as much as a smut slasher. Smut slasher.
Before we get too far into it, I'd also like to point out this is the first time that all four of us have been on a podcast together.
Hey.
This is.
This is.
This is.
I don't show up a lot.
First time Jason has overlapped in the Dakota world.
Yeah, I mean, I see you in the office all the time in the studio, but
Well,
I mean, we never record.
I
together.
see you in the editing room, and
Yeah.
I mean, God, am I sick
all
of
the time.
it.
And you never see him in the editing room.
No.
By editing room, I mean the couch I jerk off to and edit videos.
That smells like semen and testosterone.
Here we go. It's going full circle. That's a
And
callback.
balls.
That's a callback.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and end this right now.
Sure. All right. We got all the semen jokes out of the way.
We need
We're
a
moving
callback.
on.
Cue the
the
curve
movie we
music.
just watched tonight, which is
Halloween ends.
Halloween Ends.
Real quick, can we get a Harley hot takes? Just look into that camera. Give us like 60 seconds.
60 seconds of Halloween Ends. Let me give you 60 seconds of what I did. The first, let's see, 25 minutes of this movie, I was encapsulated. I was like, wow, this is actually going to be a good movie. And then by the time it seemed like hour 2 rolled around, I was in the fucking concession stand getting more goddamn pretzels. Because this movie was a fucking drag. It pretty much came down to, do you like Jamie Lee Curtis? No, she's old as fuck and been in 37 of these goddamn movies. Okay, does she do the same thing every single fucking movie? Yeah, she fights the fucking bad guy. I've only seen this movie and this movie alone, and I know what the fuck she does in the other movies. So, I mean, if you want me to give it a rating?
Go ahead.
I mean, I'll give this one fucking 31 stars out of 10 because this is Halloween, baby. That's all I got.
Classic.
There's the promo. All right. So, so yesterday, by the time this comes out, Jason and I did a little Halloween just recap pod.
Boom.
Took you through all the timelines of all the different Halloweens. So if you haven't seen that, swing back around, check that out. If you're wondering what the fuck's going on in this movie, why the fuck aren't those other movies relevant, yada yada yada. But on we move to this movie, and I gotta say, as terrible as this movie was,
And it was.
still kind of fucking loved it.
Yeah. There were some excellent parts out of it. Like if I could take my pizza slices out of like parts of this movie, like there was something there that I did enjoy. But then like I feel like I spent like a good chunk of this movie looking like this.
Not once, not twice, but at least 3 times. Jason turned his head over to me and goes, "What movie are we watching?"
Yeah.
Like
Because this movie was not about Michael Myers
At all.
Most of
At
the
all.
movie.
Thank
Like it really only came down to Michael in the very end. You know, you had this wannabe Michael Myers kid running around because he accidentally killed a kid in the beginning of the movie.
Listen, the way that kid bounced off of the floor,
Priceless.
That
Priceless.
was wild. Like I was really honestly, like overall in this movie, we didn't get a lot of gore.
No,
I
we
feel
didn't.
like so I went back through Halloween 2018 Halloween Kills. I was like, wow, it's got some good gore.
It's a lot of blood.
It was
So
good
much.
time, and like we got to see it. Like we got to see a good amount of detail. Like it was nice. That's why we were here. And overall, I feel like we didn't get as much like good gore in this, but it was nice to see that kid snap in half.
Could you
Like,
just
that was-
Best kill of the movie.
could you just
really.
imagine
That was satisfying.
being a parent walking in and then you're like, what is that noise? And then your kid just boom.
Man,
That's
that
just
was
how they
traumatizing.
pulled that scene. Yeah.
Devastating. But was it? I mean, it was. What was it? You and I laughed out of the entire.
I laughed so much.
I laughed a little bit.
No one, just complete silence. The kid bounces. Ah! You hear me tell. Ah! And you can see where Danny McBride's writing came in, because that really is like a Danny McBride thing. You know, he's kicking down the door. Go, I'm scared. Kicking down the door. Kid, all you see is ah, and he just goes over the railing. Fucking priceless. Any other movie, that's comedy, right?
Oh yeah.
But this ain't, you know.
Silent movie theater.
Sure. Yeah.
Gasps. Come on.
Come on, y'all. Come on. I know where we are, but come on.
Yeah. I loved. The only thing I hate to say that I loved it because it was garbage. It was a fucking garbage fest.
It was a bad Halloween movie, first and foremost. It was a bad Halloween movie.
The movie least about Michael Myers, except for of course Halloween 3, which does not contain Michael Myers, which is literally not about Michael Myers. But more about that in the previous podcast. So moving on, just the fact that this kid, as we talked about leaving the theater, this is the kid that just got beat up by some badass marching band kid.
We need to talk about. Maybe we're getting too ahead of ourselves.
No,
I got a lot to talk about.
This is
is
nobody
freeform?
did notes. This is just
This is
this is
unstructured.
If you got a bullet, fucking
I got a bullet.
because-
I got a
go,
bullet.
go.
I got a round chambered, ready to fucking blast off here, buddy.
Go.
Listen,
So I'll talk about
we've got the old trope of
I'm
like
horny again.
the old trope. We got the old trope of like some mean high schoolers fixing to beat someone up, fixing to bully someone.
But it's the fucking...
Why the fuck did they decide to make them not only band members, but seniors in high school going against a dude who's like 25? Like that's where he's supposed to be like 25, right?
He was 21 when he killed the kid.
There we go. So and it's
Okay.
been a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
It's been at least. Oh, okay. So it's 1 year after. Yeah. Okay.
So it's
He's-
been like
he's
3
like-
years now?
He's 24.
Yeah.
Sure, okay. 24-year-old, right? What's up, man? Like, I don't understand. So, alright, let me go through the whole fucking process here, okay? So he gets bullied, gets pushed down, right? He gets bullied by the fucking high schoolers.
Broke his
right?
chocolate milk
Broke
bottle,
his,
gets
broke his
gashed.
chocolate milk in his hand.
Not
Darn
the
it.
chalky milk,
not
bro.
the coolest fucking drink you break in your hand anyway, right? So later on, he's walking down the street. Then here come the high schoolers again. Hey, bro, what's the fucking big idea? They do that thing where they push him back and forth in between each other. We've seen this every single fucking movie.
They're such scrawny kids.
We've seen this in every single fucking movie, I feel like. They're pushing each other back and forth.
that one kid's haircut though.
That's like what, a half mullet? Like, what the fuck is
mullet.
that?
Carried his drumsticks
It
around.
looks like fucking...
That's the only reason we had band
looks
kids.
like
is
fucking
so-
Pre Malone.
The only reason we had band kids was so we could throw a drumstick in the dude's eye. That's
Yeah.
the only reason we
Pretty
had
much
band
it,
kids.
yeah.
100%.
They throw him off the fucking bridge. He gets tattered and torn up, right?
He's fine.
It's fine.
Like the next fucking scene, he's sitting there crying in the goddamn restaurant. A fucking goddamn deputy sheriff walks up, hitting on his girl. He jumps up like, "Hey, bro, not your chick." I said, "Where the fuck did you get these balls, dipshit?"
Yeah.
Right? Like as a
Where was
character,
this when the fucking
that
high
did not-
schoolers threw you over a bridge?
I don't want to say anything. We're not going to talk about possession.
Yeah.
Because there's no possession going on here. Because Michael Myers is just a dude, right?
Yeah.
So where'd all this fucking weird, ballsy behavior come from?
But this is after he stabbed that homeless guy.
Well, that's what I was asking you guys earlier. Is there some
But
type of
he's
paranormal?
He was trying to help with the homeless population. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
What do you think? Would you think him killing that homeless guy just gave him this vigor to?
Well, there was there's the brief scene where, because after he falls over the bridge, Michael drags him into his little tunnel.
His
little
fucking
sewer.
lair.
This is where Michael disappeared to. The
A
fucking
sewer.
This little sewer pipe with grass hanging over it. With this homeless dude, like
This
that
homeless
might be
dude
the
knows he's in
first place I look for the disappeared guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. Michael's apparently been in there for 4 years, just hiding out.
Eating rats
Yeah.
and
Eating
homeless
rats?
dudes.
Eating rats. That's what Michael's done in the past, in unrelated timelines. So
And he's a rat. That's really part of the
He's- yeah.
canon? Okay. I mean, I see it. He seems like the kind of guy that would eat rats.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Too much.
and for whatever reason, when Michael touches the kid, like he's got him by the throat, because kids just kind of like stumbling around the cave, and Michael grabs him, and we see this brief glimpse of like all of these violent images going through his head. He sees when what's the kid's name? God damn it,
Corey.
Corey. When Corey kicked the door down, and the kid fell over the railing. He sees all the flashes of that, and for whatever reason, after that kid walks out of that cave, sewer, whatever the fuck you want to call it, different, right? And so it doesn't really make any sense because I felt like in this timeline they went away from the Michael being possessed by said cult or whatever the fuck,
Or him just being like an evil entity rather than a man, but...
And Laurie even says it when she finally does kill him. Spoilers.
Ends.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So you kind of know what's gonna happen.
yeah,
right?
yeah. But when Laurie kills him, she's like, "I always thought you were the boogeyman. Now I know you're just a man. It's about to stop breathing." And, then he chokes her. So it's kind of weird. So like, yeah, the kid after seeing Michael changes for whatever reason.
It was
And
the
there's
evil
this-
in the eyes, That's they harped on that
Yeah.
a couple of times there, where it's like they looked at Michael Myers and like there was nothing but evil in his eyes, and he saw that, and you see the reflection of yourself in someone else's eyes. So maybe he had that understanding with Michael Myers. It's like, oh,
I see the evil type of thing.
like this is why I'm unhappy, is because I'm not this.
I'm not
Right,
killing
right,
people.
right.
Yeah.
I'd be
I think-
happier.
I-
if was
I think he
killing
looked at
people.
Michael Myers and was like, I understand why you're killing people.
There's something Laurie said. I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to be able to say it line for line, but there was something she said about there being two different types of evil, and like one of the types of evil was like
One is within yourself.
one within yourself,
Yeah.
and one was like
Infection.
an uncontrollable like parasite.
Yeah.
Or maybe both of those were the same.
Well, yeah, the
but-
parasite was the internal one. The other one was like external things that
Yeah.
you like fear and you work around, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And one would argue that Corey was a result of both, because after this accident happened,
I don't think one would argue.
Because-
I think this is what you're arguing. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, keep going.
Well, I'm one.
I
I'm one.
Yeah.
Just me.
Just me.
Party
I'm
of one. I think this. I would argue that he's a result of both the external and the internal, because I think everybody's probably got a little bit of that internal thing, right? Where if enough things go wrong in your life, you might be sitting in a room like, I am right.
Kind of that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde a little bit.
Sure,
you know?
thing, yeah.
Well, not to mention him being, condemned by the town he lives in.
Right.
for
So
3
that
fucking
accident
years.
happens because this little shit locks him in a room. Kid had
Yeah.
it coming.
The,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah,
the,
sure,
the,
the kid had
the,
it
kid,
coming.
the kid
The kid was
deserved it.
fucking asking
Okay.
for it.
The kid
Yeah.
deserved
Literally.
it. Listen,
He's like,
you lock someone in a closet, you deserve to get tossed over a railing and killed.
Now, he didn't toss him. He did kick down the door because the kid locked him in. It looked shady as fuck because the kid had the knife. He was like leaving it. He left it on the stairs. So then dude picks up the knife. He thinks this kid's really in danger. Thinks somebody's in the house following him around. Kid locks him in the closet. Dude's got a knife in his hand. Kicks down the door. Kid flies over the railing. He's looking over the railing, knife in hand. Looks bad.
My first
Let
thought
me-
though is how come this dude avoided prison? Like, how did this dude really avoid? I mean, that's literally
The
involuntary.
accident part,
That's
yeah.
involuntary manslaughter.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, you just killed a kid.
I know.
There's a kid. You know what I mean?
mean,
They got
yeah,
you're
but-
21. This is a rich ass family. You see how many goddamn flights of stairs they
Listen,
had?
all
They're
that
was a-
a lawyer.
You know how many stairs?
Listen,
What didn't make sense in hand with that though too was like how high seemingly the rail was from the earlier scenes we saw, that it doesn't make sense that kid could have been hit hard enough to flip over it.
Yeah, I would
Like
say,
wasn't that like he's a fucking baby child. He's not that tall.
I would have been more convinced had there been like broken.
Like they were renovating or
Banisters or
something, you know
whatever,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like if
Yeah.
it just wasn't there.
some
listen,
fucking caution tape
Yeah.
right there.
Kid just breaks through the tape. Yeah.
Yeah, like, "Ah!"
you see it as manslaughter.
Sure.
I see it as a late-term abortion.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going to go
Yeah.
ahead and move on.
I would have liked some broken spindles there.
Sure,
like
yeah.
Where the kid just flies
Blast
whatever.
through.
And it would have taken like 10 seconds of screen time to set that up to make sense. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, or the kid to fly through said spindles.
Yeah.
You know.
I like.
But
to
I think
imagine-
they needed that transition to happen quick. We needed we needed the door to open, that kid to hit the ground to happen in a few seconds. Because
Yeah.
that was the only way it was going to make that impact, and fucking dead cat flop off the ground. And
Yeah. Definitely.
How many dead cats you seen flop off the ground?
Well, it's a thing in the stock market, you know. It's like the dead cat theory or whatever, where it's like once it plummets, you get a little bit of a spike because it bounces up. Maybe it's the dead cat. But like that's what they call it. Like when it's plummeting, it's gonna go up a bit to recover for just a little bit, and then it's gonna keep going back down.
They're trying to figure out what the
Yeah.
dead cat
They're
just throwing animals off
It's
the
like, when
fucking
do I
roof.
capitalize on this dying child? I'm with you. I understand the metaphor.
Yeah.
Kill more kids.
Hey,
Anyway,
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I think
Harley
like, there wasn't-
2024.
yeah, thank you. I've never seen a Halloween movie, and the way they show, like, just gave me Michael Myers made it just like, I don't even care. I don't fucking care. Because, like,
It pissed me off that we were that late into the movie before even like seeing him,
yeah.
and before like he even got a confirmed kill. Like I was, it kind of set up the whole thing is like this movie wasn't even about Michael Myers anymore.
No, it was about.
It was just about like other people have the capacity to be evil. It's like
And
wow,
it's like
that's not the story we've
I
been
figured
telling.
it out. I cracked the code.
Alright, what is it?
It's a message about the external sources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Social medias, news networks, whatever.
Okay.
Right? It's about all this outside shit because what is it in the beginning of the movie? What do we see? Right? We see other than other than the dead kid.
It was like the radio.
That's my favorite part.
Well, there's the radio, right? Yeah, that's the source, right? What do we see? Lori and Allison, they're living together. After all this tragedy, this horror they went through together, they're living together. They've got this granddaughter bond, you know?
Yeah.
And so they're living together. They're all happy together, right? Allison would never, in the beginning of the movie, tell her grandmother she's crazy, she's paranoid. Because in Halloween Kills, she just experienced the reason her grandmother was so crazy and paranoid and depressed and all that shit. Because that shit that happened in 78 when Michael Myers tried to kill her and the two kids she was babysitting. Right? So they've got this bond. And then what happens is she gets with this Corey kid who's been touched by Michael Myers
Sure.
somewhat inappropriately around the neck.
Finger popped his
Sure.
asshole bit.
And, you know, now he's this influence on her. And because she's fallen in love with him, she's on his side. Your grandma was trying to kill me. Right?
That
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Yeah. And then she goes full throttle into her grandmother going, you're crazy, you're paranoid, this is hysteria, you can't get over this, you can't move on. When, like, your grandmother was right all along.
Yeah.
And that's a horror movie trope, for sure, of you're crazy, you don't know anything, what the fuck, and then shit goes down.
Band kids.
Let me ask you something. Fucking band kids. Let me ask you something because you might have a little bit better of a scope of what you picked up from it. As far as like when we really started in the story after the the kid died, and we did kind of that time skip.
Yeah, don't forget that kid's dead.
Wait,
Like
wait,
what?
a kid
What was?
died?
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck that kid.
Oh.
Like
Michael
how
Jordan,
much time
fucking
took
kids.
place?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I would say
How
maybe-
much time? I'm sorry.
Like
what?
how many days like took place from the start of like we
Oh.
meet Corey like after we had the time
I'd
skip.
say like a
After
6
that
months.
kid died.
Yeah.
say,
Fuck
like-
that kid!
I'd say like 6 months, year maybe.
Because I was thinking about how much time like Corey and Allison got to spend together.
It's all in October.
So that's what I'm saying. I was like, she's like that, like fucking horny over this rando dweeb ass.
Wait, so
fucking.
he killed,
we was
killed the kid. He
I mean,
killed
we was
that
all
kid in
horny.
October, and then by Halloween.
No.
Oh, okay.
That happened in 2019. And
How do we
then,
know that?
because it said Halloween 2019.
Okay, I see. Okay, and then it goes to 2022, right? So it would be present.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So it could
Yeah,
be
Because
it
what
just
happens is-
just happened tonight.
The past two movies, shit happened in 2018. Halloween night 2018.
I see. Okay.
And then 1 year later is when that kid dies.
Fuck that kid.
and then when
We're
Lori's
gonna have a
talking,
counter up for
when
how many
Lori's,
times we.
when Lori's when Lori is recanting the tale,
Yeah.
she said it's been 4 years since I've seen my monster, which
Sure.
is 2018.
Okay.
It's 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, 3 years. That's you got a long time to do a grieving process. Like the kid, or not the kid, not the kid that
Fuck
died.
that kid.
Not the kid that died, but the other kid, the fucking Michael Myers wannabe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you gotta think he probably went through trial. Like, he's probably, been through a lot of shit.
And
You know what I mean?
no one's going to get more shit than a kid killer.
Fuck that kid.
By the way,
There was a scene.
the fact that
his kid died.
the fact that he ran into his mom at a fucking costume party, and then later on we see
That's
the dad
like way
playing
too
pool.
convenient.
Way too
The
convenient.
mother of the
and,
kid that died.
and the
Fuck
father
that
of the
kid!
kid that died.
And I think it's just like, I get it. They're like, oh look, they're coping,
Yeah.
but
They're coping by drinking at
Yeah,
the
like,
one
it was
bar in
just
the
so
whole town.
cheap.
It's cheap. You just need them in that scene, right? So they're like,
Yeah.
like, why the fuck would they be at a costume party? And why does she not have a fucking costume on?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mom,
The mom, yeah.
the mom
she-
of the.
Why would you come
just
out
kid
to
with
a
that.
party
He's like-
just to be
he's
pissed
like,
off at
hey,
the
what's
bar?
up? Can I get another beer? She's like, just, you murdered my son. It's like, dude, where the fuck did you come from?
He looks at her, he's like, I'll fucking do it again!
Yeah.
Have another one, I'll do it again.
It's like, god damn.
Yeah. No kidding. But,
You no kidding, because no kid.
yeah, because there's
Bro.
no kid because
Because the kid's dead.
kid died.
Fuck that kid.
Anywho, so, yeah, so that fucking kid, man, huh? Yeah, you
Like-
say the goddamn kid thing. I can't stop thinking about this dead kid, man.
Like Michael
I'm trying to think
Jordan
what else
once
happened in
said.
this movie. I did go to the concession stand.
How was your pretzel?
When did I go to the concession stand? It was in between.
You know what Harley missed while at the concession
Yeah,
stand?
the murdering of the band kids. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I saw that.
No, the band kids. Well, no,
I
you
assume
did see
they're
the
dead.
band kids. That was when they're in the junkyard.
Nope.
I
didn't
have
see
some
that.
comments about the band kids once we get to like the ending.
Okay.
right?
Let's talk about the concession stand real quick because let me tell you what. That was a long line, and there was a lot of fucking kids, all of which were alive.
Unlike the kid that died.
Yes. Fuck that kid.
Fuck that.
But dude, the security guard was telling everyone to hush, but in like a real like kind of passive tone, which I think if you're trying to get people to hush, you should be like, listen, y'all, shut the fuck up. I'm the security guard. I set the tone. He's like,
This guy worried about the volume in the
guys.
movie theater
Lobby.
Guys.
like
lobby
the-
for it. This is where you go to be loud.
Yeah, he's got like a fucking. He looks like a SWAT team with a fucking
Yeah.
vest and everything. He's got like flashbangs on his fucking shit.
Bizarre.
Guys, let's bring it down a notch. Like, where the fuck are we? Are we in the hood?
Bring it down or I will bring you
What's
down.
happening to this town?
Bizarre, dude. It was
Anyway, yeah, so I got some pretzel bites and a water, but so
The $5 water.
what a jip, man. Well, he's like, do you want the small one or the big one? I look over and the small one's a Smart Water. That's a nice alkaline water. The big one's a Dasani. Oh man, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna take the Smart Water. Just kidding, I went Dasani. Come on, what, I look like a fucking yuppie.
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
You know who was a yuppie? That dead kid's parents.
so yeah, we got to the junkyard, the band kids.
So,
So the best kill of the movie, in my opinion, is the radio guy. The radio.
I didn't see
guy-
that either.
Yeah, you missed.
Oh
the
my
best
god,
kill,
that
in my
was so
opinion.
good. You would have loved it.
Dude's in the booth. You know, he puts on the record after some caller's like, "Fucking, you're a whatever.
You're a dick.
You keep exploiting this tragedy," and it's like, whatever.
Welcome to
not
the
like a
news.
kid,
I'm a radio guy.
Anyway, so, you know, Corey, the Michael Myers wannabe, comes in, starts cutting him up, cuts his tongue right out of his mouth.
Wow.
Right?
So
Well,
yeah,
first
he's
time,
bashing,
he
he's
bashes
bashing
face
the
on the
shit out of his
corner.
face.
Yeah.
His jaw's all dishinged. We see teeth falling out.
Sick.
It's impressive. And then the tongue falls on the record. And I fucking lost my shit. I thought it was so funny because the record keeps spinning around and the tongue keeps getting in the way. So then the needle goes like, boop, boop.
So like the audio that's playing through the radio is coming
Yeah.
from the record. So like what's streaming out through the radio
Yeah.
station is just
Yeah.
the song
Yeah.
for a couple
And
seconds.
this-
And
it just
then
keeps getting caught on the tongue.
Were people screaming or was that like?
No,
people
nobody-
Well, no one
nobody
sees it. They're
was
just
there.
like, why is the radio skipping? You know, like, I mean, that's all they hear.
No, I'm saying like the people in the movie, like the people that were sitting in the movie theater.
No,
no,
they
Tyler
are.
was just like
They
trying
were
to
all
hold
dead
it
quiet,
together.
and I was trying to silent laugh.
Dead quiet like the kid.
Fuck that kid.
Fuck that kid. Yeah, I
So-
see why you
so-
wanted to switch seats. By the way, the chick 2 seats over, she just kept like little shit.
Oh, she kept talking, but you seemed disturbed by the fact that your chair wouldn't recline. So I was like, I'm all right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you looked uncomfortable in that chair. You say you weren't, but like you were like all like 90 degrees sitting up.
I know.
straight,
Well,
and I was
mean,
like,
it's not
He has
degrees.
excellent
It's not-
posture.
and I was like, that looks
It's not
uncomfortable.
It's not ideal, but I mean, look at me. I'm a specimen. I sit with 90-degree angle. I
Yeah,
have
he's
posture.
very broad, very broad. You know, it's the kind of guy that you don't want to mess with. You know what I mean? He'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
He'll kill your kid.
Dude, maybe not that far. No, maybe not.
Accidentally kill your kid.
No, he
No.
won't. He's a great guy.
No, I'm pretty careful. Unlike the guy in the movie that killed that kid.
Anywho, so yeah, I missed the fucking WURG.
And you
guy.
missed the fart.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
There was-
ripped ass hard. And I tried to give him benefit of the doubt at first, but I was like, That's
There's
not a
no
recliner
way.
sound. There were too many ripples in that. There's not that many ripples in a recliner squeak.
There was no way.
And, I mean, someone fucking lifted up their cheek. Like, that was a, like, I'm going to lift my ass off the seat. It was a fucking, this so audible.
This was the scene. So like, it's noisy. Like the movie is noisy, and all of a sudden it gets quiet for a second. As soon as it gets quiet, you just hear the fart, and it just echoes through the theater, and
so
then it gets
loud.
loud again. And I look over at Tyler, and he's just like trying to hold it
He's
together.
like vibrating.
I'm doing the
He's-
silent laugh, yeah.
I sit there and start laughing. I had to look away from him and look at the corner of the fucking theater just to keep my composure.
Yeah.
And I can just feel him next to me just like shaking about
Oh,
to fucking
yeah.
burst.
I thought I was going to let that one go. I thought I was going to let out.
It was
audible laugh.
so loud.
It was
So
it was incredible.
loud.
Real. It was
I'm impressed.
an accomplishment of nature.
I'm impressed.
1 through 10.
That fart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 9.
That's yeah.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
Viewing
If I could smell it, it'd be a 10 for sure.
I think, yeah.
Because
pretty
they
sure-
were
I know what you
definitely
mean.
in the top
Yeah,
corner
top.
of the theater.
I
We
know
were
what
like
you
in the
mean.
middle, and
Yeah.
we heard it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
You
cool.
almost felt it in the
You
seat.
don't get that a lot anymore these days. 'Cause a lot of
No.
people are running around. You got their phones. You know what I mean? You got fucking AirPods and fucking YouTube all the time. So
Yeah.
many distractions.
People are
So
more
many-
polite and just hold their farts
You don't really know. But that's the thing. I think people are farting just as much, but just so many distractions.
I farted 5 times since we've been in here.
So same. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't really appreciate those nice farts.
That explains that taste in my mouth. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, so the fart. I missed the fart.
Yeah, you missed all the good stuff.
I came back when
So you missed the junkyard with the band kids dying?
yeah, I missed the
Alright.
junkyard
Oh,
with
God.
the bad kids dying.
All right. So you had comments on the band kids dying.
Well, no, it was kind of once we wrapped up because once we kind of get to the ending scene there, I can wrap up with my comment because it's more about where the fuck those band kids go in the matter of the couple hours they strapped Michael Myers to the top of the car and drove to the junkyard because that was the same day and nobody knew those kids were dead there.
That's an excellent point. It really is.
So, set the scene again of him going to the concession stand. He got up and he's like, man, I'm going to the concession stand. Or, you said, I gotta pee. You got up, you left. I was like, okay, whatever. And then someone like maybe 5 minutes later came in wearing a hat, wearing a jacket, like first row, like ran across and went and sat at the seat at the end of the row. And I was like, was that fucking Harley? And I was like, but it's dark, you can't fucking see. So I'm like, okay, I guess he's just sitting down there now. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then you come
Sit with us anymore.
he just then like 25 minutes later you come walking back in and I was like, what the fuck?
He
Who the fuck was that other guy?
He just needed to change the scenery, that's all.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck did he go sit down there for? I was
That
like,
does
all
seem
right,
like some
whatever.
shit I would do though. I definitely was about to go fucking sit like in a different seat.
I mean, as long as you were gone, I was like, oh, he's like pissed off at this movie. He left.
Yeah.
He went ahead, went to my house. He was like, I'll meet you guys at the podcast.
well, the security got us. I mean, the security was right from the rip, like confusing, because like we walked in and he
Very
was
odd.
like, he had his leg up, like, hey, what seems to be the problem here? Like, what's this rent-a-cop doing, man? I don't.
Yeah,
I thought
that was weird. We
I thought
walked
we
in
don't
and there's a
respect
crowd.
police or security
just to
guards,
enter.
but at the end of the day, it's like, you gotta kind of know your role. Slow your roll. Not only that, but know your role, right?
Know it, know it.
We don't need you sitting there,
California.
scaring people or anything like that. Because I was scared. I needed to get the fuck away from you as fast as possible.
I was a little concerned when we walked in. I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's,
It's like, what seems to be
what's
the
happening?
problem? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
It's like everyone was like backed up. Everyone
He's
just
walking
standing
up
around.
on his belt buckle, what seems to be the problem, officer?
What seems to be the officer problem? Like, you have another Corona, bro?
It ended up turning out to be. It's in the fridge.
Thanks, bro.
No, there's one.
I thought it'd be funny if
There's one in the box.
the people.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
sponsored by
Corona.
La Cerveza Mustard.
We are sponsored by Sam's Club Sparkling Water. We're sponsored by Budweiser. We're sponsored by Corona. We're sponsored by Blue Yeti microphone.
That's right.
We're
You know
sponsored
we're
by,
not sponsored by,
We are
though.
sponsored by Humor in Threes.
sponsored by Red Bull.
It gives me wings. All right, that'll be $25.
Okay, so we've made it to the
More like
point where
$2,500.
you're now on the jump. So
me.
Michael Myers died like a bitch. It feels like.
Oh yeah, much later, yeah. Okay, and we're not going to go through it, because we didn't get.
This
I
is
didn't get to watch it.
unstructured, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it 100 times and take notes.
You don't want to.
It's
sit
honestly
in,
kinda
you don't want to
hard.
sit in there for another couple more go rounds.
It's a little tough thinking back to it, actually, to kind of piece, like, the order of events.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now.
basically that dude killed.
People
real
die.
quick,
I was like
A
the
kid
summers.
dies.
Bad summary. Everybody got bad summary. My bad summary is kid gets cut on hand, gets infected.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Got a bad summary.
that's good. That's good.
Oh, you got one?
Kid gets flat tire, doesn't know how to change it. Dad beats on him.
We got.
Horny old man thinks you should shove a carrot in your pussy.
Good. No.
Local man trains apprentice.
Yeah.
Local apprenticeship program going bad.
Oh, fucking bad. I don't. This is way too forward, or we're already ahead, and I'm gonna go back a little bit. The way that the guy gives him that motorcycle,
Yeah.
I was like, this is just some mentor. You know, this is just some guy that's like helping him out, like
Down on his
down
luck
on his
kind of
luck.
thing.
He's riding his bike. I'm like, I kind of like this kid,
Yeah.
right? And maybe that's the whole point.
Well,
is
and
make
then
you
you
like this
figure out
kid.
that guy
This
is
is
like.
fucking
His fucking
Dad.
dad.
It's
It's
his dad.
stepdad, I'm pretty sure.
It's probably stepdad. And then when he gets kicked out of the house by the mom, dude has nothing to say except he's sitting in the corner with his. He's like, I hope you find.
Literally the corner, by the way. Not a fucking, not a lazy boy. Literally like a stool behind the lazy boy.
It's kind of like.
Yeah, he's like,
I hope you find love.
yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Like the most pathetic man.
Yeah,
But you could see it in his eyes. Whoever that guy was, he sold his role very well because he looked like his marriage was failing.
I'm pretty sure that man was that man. That real
It
life.
was
He played
just-
himself.
He just showed up and talked
Kinda
from
like-
the heart every line.
She had the vibes of like Tony's mom from Sopranos.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you
man.
something. Was it kind of weird that she slapped him and then kissed him on the lips?
That was really weird. I think that's really.
Oh no!
I gotta admit, that gave me like I feel like we've developed a subplot that we're not gonna explore.
Yeah, I think that just kind of was meant to like.
We didn't
There
go
was-
into it at all.
No,
Like-
but I felt so gross. I was like, that made me feel icky.
I had to think in my mind. I was like, did she just kiss him on the lips? And I was like, wait a minute. I said, what? And
But like it had to have been intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
I was stuck on that for a good 30 seconds after that happened, and I was like, all right, moving on.
yeah. I was
No.
waiting for that somehow to elaborate into something
Do like
but-
incest or something. That's why
But-
he's sheltered.
But nope, he just killed her.
Yeah. Killed her with love.
God, and I gotta say, just with some of these, it was so unsatisfying not to get like a gory kill for all these people.
Yeah.
Like especially for the mom, like someone who's at least like,
Yeah, a lot of kill cop outs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, where's the good
The
kills? Like,
scream and then like just fade away. Like what is that? This isn't the 70s. We have special effects now.
Like-
Halloween Kills kind of disappointed me at the very end where
oh, they didn't show the mom dying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like they he had the slashes and everything, but like it's almost like they didn't want to do like a gore death for her because she was a important
Just
character,
valued. Yeah.
which seems stupid to me. Like I feel like it would have been a lot more intense and impactful if we just got to see her get murked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And I feel like they took the easy way out on a lot of the kills in this one. They
They
just
did.
and Halloween Kills, that was the one from last year, right?
Yeah.
See, and that one has one of my favorite kill scenes in it. The dude with his head between the banisters.
yeah.
His,
Oh man.
Let me show you the ceiling real quick.
he said, boom, boom, boom.
Oh man. And then he walks by him on the
He
stairs.
said,
And she's like, no! And he's like, like, wow!
I think that's one of my favorite kill scenes from this whole series.
Dude, I gotta tell you this. Like I said, I went back through this week and I watched Halloween and Halloween Kills. And in Halloween Kills, once he had gotten like lured back out of the house, got onto that next street over, and then everyone was like surrounding him, and like he's just like kind of looking around a bit, and then he just leans down, puts on the mask. I'm just like, Michael Myers is a badass motherfucker. Like, he sees all these dudes around him, like, ready to square up
It's
and
like,
shit, and he's
let's
just
go.
like, okay,
Puts the mask on.
let's go.
I mean,
Let's go, bitch.
I thought that was, like, the baddest thing.
with this being
I've
my
seen.
introduction to Halloween, I don't.
It's
think
the worst
Michael Myers
possible
is
introduction you can have.
awful
Yeah.
introduction to the goddamn series.
So how do you guys think that nurse got her promotion?
Because she was...
Well,
I got a couple ideas,
A couple
but I don't
theories.
think it's
I think it
I
was
don't think
hard
it's,
work. It was
safe
hard
to
work,
work, you know?
Yeah.
dedication. It was pulling the right strings, if you know what I mean.
I think he was pulling his dick.
Yeah, she was jerking him off.
Yeah.
They were definitely
With
banging.
her mouth.
Yeah, you know what? It
Probably
reminded
her
me
vagina.
of their
Okay,
interaction too.
okay.
Is once they got back to the doctor's house, and she was like, number one, oh, he got me this nice robe. I'm gonna get naked, put the robe on, and then
then
start
go
the shower
shower.
to take off again here in a second. Like
Yeah, I
we got
noticed that.
we got
I
rated
noticed
R on
that.
this.
Like,
I know
let's see
that.
some
Show me-
titties.
Like rip off.
Show me some titties.
But she was calling him like doctor still. Like she wasn't calling him by his name. I feel like if you were getting butt fucked by the guy who just got you a promotion, like maybe you'd be on a first name basis.
But that might be his thing.
Being like being like
Listen,
some people. I think,
Doctor.
Listen, I fucked my way to the top quite a bit, and I've always, used official surnames.
Madam President.
Yes, Madame. Yeah, so. Yeah, you know how it goes.
I really don't. Yeah, we've got some time.
No,
are you about to tell us a prison story?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, tell us about that time you fucked Madam President.
Yeah. It was actually the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel. I was like, I don't know what, Chancellor. Yeah, Chancellor, is you alright? Chancellor, is you alright? I don't know. Not a very good German accent there, but it'll get better.
I can't do accents.
I don't think it'll get better.
Oi, mate! You feeling alright, Chancellor?
I'll hit that.
Okay. Rated PG.
Alright, so what happens? Fucking what's her face?
Yeah.
What's her twat?
I like that we did get to see the girl from Halloween Kills who got stabbed with the light.
Yeah, she survived.
Wild.
The girl, yeah.
Like they only had her there just so that girl, like we had a reason to understand why that girl was pissed
Yeah.
at Lori.
Well, and I guess that's what I was going back to my point from about, 14 minutes in. The whole thing about the external forces, because she's walking out of the grocery store. She has her little encounter with Sheriff Hawkins, or no. Is it Hawkins?
It would be.
The sheriff?
It was the guy in Halloween Kills. It was the dude she was in the hospital with. I thought
Yeah.
that was Hawkins because I thought they had that interaction where he was like, "I should have shot him."
Yeah.
But he
So
stopped
you're-
Loomis.
You're
Sheriff.
talking about the awkward interaction in the grocery store?
Yeah.
Frank?
You talking about the old man?
Yeah.
Frank.
Was that Frank
Just
Hawkins?
Frank.
That's
That's
The one who brought the carrots?
The phallic vegetable.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts a basket. Everything's over. Michael's through the fucking car crusher. Which,
Fucking
what did I
cucumbers,
just bring
zucchini.
up in the podcast from yesterday? That, why
him
somebody
in
just
a
put this
fucking
guy in a
wood chipper.
fucking wood chipper, and they threw him in a fucking, car, I don't know if it was a car crush, but it ground shit up.
Yeah.
And they put that guy in there. So, hey.
Spoiler.
I
Fucking
can only hope
plagiarism.
that works.
Why did they let him live so long? I don't understand. Like,
Because they were treating him almost like a person.
You dude.
but he's a
Boogeyman always gets it.
But I feel like every time you do that, you just leave room for her to write another fucking book. She was writing a fucking memoir about the guy,
Yeah.
It was.
I
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
It was an
Like-
odd touch.
and it was very like poetic and all this shit. And she's sitting there with a needle in her fucking ear, like, "Am I the beast or is he the beast?"
I like to make a note that when she was
You know what I mean? It's like you're the fucking beast, weirdo. Like, just kill him.
when she
Just
was
kill him.
when she was typing at one point, she was typing and then she just stopped typing, just closed the laptop, didn't save it, nothing. I'm
That's
like,
some fucking
I
Sex
was
and the
like,
City shit.
now you gonna be
No,
real.
that's Google Docs.
Yeah, that's Google Docs.
That's
Yeah.
Google Docs, bro.
I mean,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
close the lid, it usually just puts it in sleep mode. It's not like
She
it's
was
going to
in
shut
my
down your
software.
laptop or nothing.
Well, I mean,
no,
yeah,
I'm just saying it's possible. That's
everything
all I'm
auto
saying.
saves now these days, bro. There's no save as. You know what I mean?
And
This
you,
isn't
haven't you
2012.
heard of the cloud?
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Check your temporary
When's the last time
folder.
you typed something, jackass? I mean, she was annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If we're going to get to that point.
She was definitely glorifying her grief a little bit because she had free time.
Goddamn victims.
Yeah. I mean,
Always
I'll be honest. I don't
victimizing.
think that. I
All
think
victim
that,
blame.
I don't even know. This is my first movie, but I know about Jamie Lee Curtis and how she's kind of like the, one of the
Scream Queen.
People.
Yes. Yeah. Was that was Scream Queen?
Scream Queen.
Is that like she's like a scary movie like?
Like your female lead of
Yeah.
your horror movie.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So like, she was also a producer in this movie though, right? And she was a writer.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's just like, I'm gonna make myself into a fucking Sex and the City character with fucking Michael Myers in my ass. So it's like, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I
Do you
like the
think
same-
she was writing like Michael Myers like fanfic where like instead of killing her or trying to kill her that he was just fucking
Like he
her?
comes behind her with a knife and she's like,
This was like 50 Shades of Michael.
and then like the next scene,
Oh my
she's just on her
God.
laptop. She's like, I was getting coffee and Michael was behind me in line.
And then okay, hold on.
Ryan.
So we do this. We get the end scene. She brings in the vegetables right from the dude or whatever. She's sitting there typing, and then she just like turns over, and the camera longingly pans over at the vegetables, and then it's just like the closed door, and we just hear grunts.
Laptop shuts.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah, oh yeah. So we never got to that. The fucking so Frank leaves her basket of rings her doorbell, leaves a basket of vegetables, walks off the porch. She's like, "Hey," and pans down to the vegetables. There's carrots and shit.
Carrots,
And it's
cucumbers, zucchinis,
All
Yeah.
kinds of.
phallic
He's like,
vegetables.
I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you, so I left you some phallic vegetables.
Hope you enjoy those. That's what he said.
So let me try to recover that scene just a little bit, okay? He took what Lori said to heart, and he started planting vegetables. He made a little vegetable garden because she told him he needed to eat more vegetables instead of eat meat all the time. And that's how he was thinking of her. He made her those vegetables so he could bring them to her because he was thinking of her.
Yeah, I mean, he was
It's the only
sweet
way I
guy.
can
He was a
recover that
sweet guy.
scene.
Yeah, no, you're
Frank
right.
was
You're
sweet.
right.
Lori put the space in between her. They had the hots for each
Why?
other.
I mean, of
In
course
the
they might have been.
previous movie.
Oh, they have the hots for each other.
Yeah,
But why did
I
that-
really did love the dialogue between the two of them.
She
in
walked out of the grocery-
supermarket. I was like, this is old people being bad
Yeah.
at flirting. It's
She
funny.
walked out of the grocery store with a smile on her face, and then some lady was like, "You're a monster."
No, she was like, "What'd you get?" Like she was asking her like what she got from the grocery store. She's like, "I'm sorry."
What are you smiling about? Yeah.
Yeah, she said, "What are you smiling about?"
It's like, go fuck
because
yourself.
that was
That's what I'm
Right,
smiling
exactly.
about.
that was the daughter,
Yeah, it had to have been like the daughter, or something
some
like
kind
that,
of
yeah.
relative of the lady that had got stabbed with the light bulb in the previous movie, and she can't speak anymore.
Oh, is that who that lady was? I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember
But
that
you're
part
still
of the
alive.
Previous movie?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you remember
and
it?
then I didn't finish that one from. So, like, those are the external forces that are saying to her, "Hey, you wound this guy up." It's like, how did that become the fucking narrative? Wound this guy up? He was in a mental asylum
Well,
for 40 years, and she just got ready for it.
And well, what's kind of funny too is that like some of these story turned into like she was like teasing him, like she was like,
Yeah.
it's like, how?
Yeah, by preparing for this guy maybe killing me again,
Like,
putting bars on all my windows and installing sheet metal doors in all the rooms in my
Right.
house.
but it's her fault because she got stabbed trying to kill him and went to the hospital, and then they made that.
Yeah, why do they call her a whack job?
because
Because she fights back?
it's a message of the media
Yeah.
these days.
There were like definitely parts throughout, like kind of watching through these where I was like, I feel like they were trying to pick up at tiny little bits and pieces of like some of the other Halloween movies that have happened so far. Because
Yes.
I know, because this is only based off of one, right? Or was this 1 and 2?
These 3 movies are direct, supposed to happen like as if nothing happened except 1978
Okay.
Halloween.
So trying to make sure. But yeah, just like throughout this trilogy here, I was finding just like small bits and pieces that were kind of referencing stuff that seemed to either be just like bits of dialogue or bits of stuff that they talked about from like the other movies. And I think even like some of the Rob Zombie movies too, which was kind of interesting. But let me tell you. So like I was talking with my wife earlier, and I was like, here's the picture in my head of like how this movie's gonna end, right? Jamie Lee Curtis, she kept on harping about how like maybe if she dies, Michael will die.
Sure.
So like I 1,000%
Thought
went
the
into
kid was
this
gonna die.
expecting Jamie Lee Curtis to suicide herself with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And
I did kind of think she was going to jump into that meat grinder with him.
I thought
honestly,
Yeah, at first I thought she was standing on top of him.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, both
I was
of them
like,
together.
that's gonna be this awful. You're just gonna down and fucking.
That'd be a terrible way to go. Yeah, 'cause
awful way to
that's like
go.
the worst 2 seconds of your life.
You got to go head first. You got to go head
Yeah,
first.
you gotta make it instant.
yeah. But so yeah, I had that some event she would suicide herself, and then we would get that like, oh my god, Michael's not actually dead, and then Hawkins, because he was so stressed out about like, oh, I should have killed him from the first movie, all that kind of stuff, that he would have got his redemption at the very end, and it actually got to like finish the job basically and kill Michael. That was the perfect image in my head of how this could have ended, and it would make sense based off of the build-up we've gotten and all the history we've gotten.
Yeah, but instead she is jerking
Writing a book.
Jerking off with cucumbers and writing a book. So it's fucking weird.
I gotta say, I liked the last fight scene with her and Michael. Just her getting thrown around the kitchen. She plants his hands in the kitchen island by putting knives through him.
These are some ridiculously sharp knives. Like the scene where the nurse got stabbed through. It got stabbed into a painting. Number one, that painting was hung up very well.
Yeah.
Because how the hell did she just...
Well, and not to mention, I mean, he's going through...
That's definitely in some studs.
He's going through, like, her chest, too, so it's like he's either going through, like, a rib or, like, directly through her sternum or something. And, like, that blade has to stay straight all the way through.
And then make it through fucking drywall and shit. Oh.
And that's tribute to the first movie.
Yeah.
So.
And great, it's a tribute. Mathematically, it doesn't
work.
make sense. She weighs too much.
Mathematically, it didn't work in the first movie. It didn't work in the first movie. It didn't work now. Like,
but boy, did it look fucking cool.
But boy, it looked sweet.
Would you still bang her?
Who's that? Jamie Lee Curtis?
I decided a long time ago I would stop having sex with dead people.
Yeah. I'm there.
After the first three?
Huh?
After the first three?
It doesn't matter
when you found out the third one wasn't actually dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I clicked for me. I was like, this might be weird.
Why am I paying this guy works in the morgue $20 to come in here?
To come in here.
Shout out to Michael Ward. What's the only living organ in a dead woman?
My penis.
There you go. Alright, so anyway, yeah, going off your note, things I wish would have had better directions for this movie, complaints on it, whatever. Just the way they took with the whole kind of love story developing between Allison and Corey, and then it being not love, and him being crazy. I mean, I guess it was always love, but then Corey just went crazy and did the whole Michael Myers thing. Didn't like the direction they went with that. Spent way too much time on it. Way too much development on that. After all, it's a Halloween movie. I want to see some kills. Let's just get Michael going.
I want to be scared.
People. Let's have some suspense.
I want to be scared.
Yeah. Let's get some throats slit. Give me some suspense.
There was no suspense.
Let's roll.
Well, yeah, and so like I feel like part of this is like kind of okay because like in the scenes we saw like where Michael's in the sewer, like his hand that got blown off from the shotgun blast, like he's
Love
like
that
nursing
piece
it.
of continuity, by the way.
Yeah, like he's nursing it. Like he kept it like pretty close to his chest. Like this was in pain. Obviously, 4 years or something. That hand looked like shit. Because there's no way it could have healed well. So like I kind of like that piece where it's like maybe he is kind of like getting sick and fragile.
He looked fragile.
Yeah,
he still whipped some ass.
Corey resurrects him by bringing that guy in there and like fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And then you see Michael like shaking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got the fucking itch again."
Yeah,
he's ready to roll.
But
I thought that was interesting too because he was like keeping like his bad hand, but like he was still like, and then like going in for the stabs and everything. But like it still kind of had that image of like Michael is turning into kind of this frail creature, which I thought was fun. But here, again, painting perfect pictures. They should have never interacted until the end where Michael just kills him. Like, they should have been killing independently this whole time.
Yeah.
And Corey just decided that he was an evil person rather than it being him working in tandem with Michael Myers. Like, that is whatever.
Michael works alone.
Yeah, it would have been cooler if it was like that, like them working independently. We got to see independent kills or whatever, just so we can experience like evil existing within other people, and that just being the potential, and that being the story we're telling.
It was weird. I didn't believe that this kid. Like, he didn't really go through that much. I mean, yeah, he went through some shit. But, like, you don't just become, like...
Remember that kid that died?
Yeah, like, you don't really become, like, a fucking serial killer like that. It's usually something that's deeply embedded in you.
Like
And you
killing a
don't,
kid.
you don't like go to the fuck. You
Yeah,
you're not
Luke, yeah.
babysitting. You're not babysitting like. Oh yeah, okay, chocolate milk, like, and you know,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
chocolate milk.
Was that like the omen or the
I
like?
can guarantee you, if he
That
had
was the
gotten a
symbol of-
Heineken out of that fridge, this whole movie wouldn't have
Would have been
happened.
different, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Literally, what I thought, what the immediate thought I had when he put down the Heineken, I was like, well, he's not going to die here. Because that's the sin rule. You know,
He's
that's
21,
the
he
rule.
can drink.
No, I know, but that's the thing. You got to stay away from the booze. You can't fuck. You know, there's the.
Yeah.
As soon as he started
You
drinking
can't
and
say, I'll
fucking,
be right
he
back.
was gonna die.
You can't do anything that's like worth living for.
Yeah.
You have to be like Jamie Lee Curtis and live in your house writing a fucking memoir about how your life sucks.
Yep.
And
And that's the only way you'll survive.
Is life cherry blossoms or am I the beast?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, let's relax. Okay, you have like 10 years left to live, so try to do it.
Where are they getting money from? Like, Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't
There's
have
no
a
way
job.
she works. I mean, that's Social Security income.
Where did they
She
get
lives
that
in,
fucking
like,
house?
She lives in like a fucking mansion.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place is big.
She probably got an advance on that novel. She got a book deal. My suggestion, what I hoped this movie would be, was that they would also pick up on Halloween night 2018, and it would just be a pursuit of Michael, and that it would be this big epic fight in the end. Now, I really did like what happened in the house, that last scene with Michael, as I said, and I really liked her faking out her suicide.
that
it's
was
like-
that was pretty cool.
Laurie's awesome. Like, Laurie's been prepared for the. Like, I loved 2018 Halloween, how she was just prepared for everything. She was like, yeah, come on, Michael. And she fucking fought him.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing about, like, did you really think I'd kill myself? And then she just fucks dude up.
Yeah.
That's right when I walked in.
Yeah.
She's like, you really
That
kill myself.
that was definitely a dynamite scene.
Yeah, didn't
I
see
was
it going.
I was pretty hyped. Especially because I had seen the trailer too, so I was like, I knew that scene was gonna come where it was like that thing, and I was like, hold on, I think I see this.
Yeah.
And then it panned over to where we see her pointing the gun, and I was like, ah!
And
Get
I mean,
him!
she sells it because I mean, you really like, oh, she's
Yeah, she
just,
looked miserable.
just gonna end it, huh? Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
that
Michael
police
Myers
response time
actually.
is garbage.
Who's?
The police response time
Yeah.
is garbage.
What
Called
police
it a
station
suicide, they
calls her granddaughter first? Like, hey, she. I mean, is she really gonna kill herself?
Hey, yeah, your grandma called. She said she's gonna kill herself. Can you go check on that?
You know anything about that?
Can you go find her dead body / her find and let us know what happened?
Do you know anything about that? No. I guess we'll go over there.
Also, the radio station was on fire.
Yeah. Number one, how did the tower catch on fire? I mean, it's metal.
Why was,
Right.
why was
Right.
the radio station on fire? Like,
Also, does the whole town only listen to one radio station, or do they only have one radio station in the whole town?
so correct me if I'm wrong. In the radio station, we didn't see Corey there, right? We only saw Michael.
Corey killed the radio station guy. I remember because radio station guy talked disrespectfully to him. He was getting revenge on all the people. Remember?
Okay,
So,
no, you're right. I'm very wrong.
kills
You're
the
right.
band people.
You're
Kills
right. Yeah.
the mother. Kills.
At that point, he had just gotten the mask, and that's why I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm only thinking of.
I
the
don't
mask.
mean yeah. That's what I just mean yeah.
No, I know. what
He
I
He
mean.
meant
It's
yeah.
fine.
He meant yeah. You're stupid.
It's fine.
All right.
I understand.
Dead air.
Speaking of things that are dead, that kid.
That kid.
Fuck that kid.
The turning point. Laurie's kind of framed to make it look like she killed Ben. Ben starts laughing when he hears Laurie's loud muffler that she never gets fixed. Oh, that was the other bad summary I had.
Are you talking about Ben or Corey?
I'm sorry. I don't know who Ben is.
Who the fuck is Ben?
I guess Ben Tramer from the 78 movie.
I don't have anyone on my cast listing named Ben.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was my other bad summary. Though, is local girl doesn't get a muffler fixed. Was the other bad summary.
Fails in mission inspection.
She was mad horny.
Yeah.
I mean, so are we.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
she was mad horny.
Yeah.
She wanted some creeper dick.
And she
I
got it.
asked,
She
I
got
asked
it.
Harley. I was like, "You think she would let him like shove a knife in her pussy?"
She might.
And we both came to agree
Yeah,
she
some-
would.
yeah.
Berserk shit right there.
Yeah, so he starts laughing when he hears her muffler pull up, and like, if I can't have her, nobody can. And so he fucking stabs himself in the neck.
It takes a lot for somebody to stab themselves in the neck.
So that guy was.
And also live.
You live. For
Yeah,
as
he
long as
lived
you
for a
did.
little bit. People don't always die right away because of plot.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Well, yeah, it's a little plot. that's
You
left
never heard
there.
of plot sutures?
A little plot is left there.
Yeah.
They call it a blood plot, you know?
Yeah, blood plot.
Ah, nice. They had a nice little blood plot. Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Yum.
I'll give this a 5 out of 10.
Really? Damn.
I'll watch it again. I'll probably fast forward to the last 30 minutes. But
Listen, normally I'd give this a 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do your end of the movie thing.
End of the movie.
Oh wait, I guess you did it.
No, well,
Just
let me
short
just
sheet.
reiterate.
Okay,
So like we do this whole grand because I think we should just talk about it in general.
Yeah.
So after we murderate Michael Myers, for some reason the police force and everyone else involved is like, yeah, no, it's totally understandable if you want to strap him to the roof of your car and drive him through town. That's cool.
Is that what we usually do?
I don't care.
It is tonight.
It is tonight. Yeah, fuck off.
I feel like
But
there's an
whatever.
investigation
So they,
on that.
they parade Michael Myers through the town. Whatever. It's kind of cool because in the previous movie we already saw that the town is fucking nutter butters. So like maybe it makes sense. But so they parade Michael Myers' dead ass body through the town. Number one, I mean the car's not that low to the ground. I don't think people are gonna recognize it's Michael Myers to begin with. They're just gonna be like, that's a dead body on the car.
Well, he's not wearing the mask, so there's that.
The illusion is just already broken,
Right.
but for some reason we're still moving forward with it.
Yeah.
Lead him out of town, or lead him into the scrapyard place. We somehow, again, this is within, like, all these events are within hours of each other for the most part on Halloween. All those marching band kids that we killed the shit out of, that Corey did.
Which I love that they died.
Yeah, no, fuck those kids.
Fuck those kids.
And all the bodies are gone. Like, and nobody survived to be able to report that to the police. So somehow in the time between those kids being killed, all the events happening back at home, somehow the police were notified, cleared the bodies out.
Or maybe there's a third party playing in it, and 3 years from now we'll have Halloween Begins.
Halloween.
No, it'll be
Never ending.
Halloween forever.
Halloween
is what
Forever.
it'll
There
be.
you go.
Halloween forever.
No, it
is
just
what it'll be.
transitions right into fucking never-ending story and the dragon.
So it's
Michael
like-
Myers on the back of that stupid fucking dragon.
They're in space.
Oh!
It's like the fucking Fast and
Michael
Furious.
Myers, the dragons. You know, it's like a fucking acid trip, dude. I'm giving this movie a 2 out of 10. Fuck this movie. Fuck that kid, for real. Fuck that.
That's
Fuck all.
right.
I'm
So
fucking done with this shit.
I would normally I'd give it a 2 out of 10, but a kid died, so it's a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
There we go. I like it.
Never that did, kid.
Is that what you're giving it a 4 out of 10 or?
No, I think I still got to go 5 out of 10. I feel with you. There were parts of this that I liked, but I feel like I could have written a better story literally in the time it took me to watch this movie.
Yeah. Well, I went into it sober and I wanted to get wasted at the end of it because I was.
There was a
like,
bar there. You could have.
Well, I mean, yeah, I could have.
Yeah, he wanted to like affordably get cheap, and he doesn't want to drink $13
He doesn't want to file
beers.
for bankruptcy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to
Couple-
trying to get drunk on a budget, but yeah, it's like.
It was a letdown, especially off of just like...
Especially the way the movie started with just like, for whatever reason, for the first 20 minutes, I was like, okay, here we go.
Like we're really
then
building
and then we
something
just
that was
kept building.
important.
Yeah.
We just kept building. Now she's working at a fucking hospital.
Did you get that promotion?
No.
No.
Don't give a fuck.
No, because I didn't bang the doctor.
How long? 45 fucking minutes. What the? You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm looking at my watch, I put a fucking headphone in.
Yeah.
I was listening to the fucking Bee Gees by the end of that goddamn movie. It's tragedy. And the feeling's gone and yet no home. It's
I would
tragedy.
like to go back and see, like, outside of that dead kid, how many minutes took place in the movie before we had, like, a confirmed kill.
No.
Because I felt like
I
that.
think it was
that,
the homeless guy. It was from the kid to the homeless guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it like
And that must have
it
been
was
45 fucking
insane.
minutes, dude.
It was insane that it was that far in, and that's part of it. Is just that we like the intro was
Weird
nice.
falling
I like
in
that we
love.
had some of that set up in the beginning because it made me
Enjoy watching a kid die.
yeah, and it made me care about the characters like a little bit more. and it helps show that like life is fucked up even after tragedy. Which sure, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But like,
I agree.
Just because you overcome doesn't mean you've
Overcame.
doesn't- Yeah.
Hey, there you go, man.
Just
Like,
because you survive
that's
doesn't
probably
mean.
one of the that's
There
probably
you
one
go.
of the best things Dakota's ever said. Just because you overcome does not mean you overcame.
I can.
yeah. Okay. I came over.
I came.
Just because you overcome does not mean you overcame. It means
Just
might
because
come
you
over.
survive does not mean you overcame.
Overcome.
You have overcome.
Yeah,
Comed.
I don't think overcame is
Just
a word.
mean you overcome. Didn't mean you overcome.
Well, that's overcome is like when you shoot come over each other.
I just want to now. I want to see if overcame is a word.
You know what I'm talking
You
about.
guys wrap this up. I'm gonna Google something. Overcame is a word. Okay.
Yeah, so what Jason is saying logistically with the people, like the kids had to get cleaned up, and there's no way because we all know from watching all these movies, and maybe you don't, but I'll just tell you now, the town of I'm saying
Haddonfield.
because the town of Haddonfield has like 4 police officers total ever.
and most of them die every movie.
Yeah.
So like
It's-
how they keep on recruiting people.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you want to go to that police department where like most of the officers die?
No, well, think of it with the mob mentality that the townsfolk end up having. It's like, do you want to kill Michael Myers? Join today. Everybody's on some weird revenge kick, so that. I guarantee you that was probably.
By the way, now we've upgraded to about 8 police officers in Haddonfield, and one of them's a black guy in a suit and a cowboy hat. So,
Yeah.
Even
Well, he
though-
was in the last one too. He was
No, I know, I know.
Even though we're in Illinois.
that's what I was getting at. It's like we've always had 4 white officers. Now we have 8 officers, and one of them's a black dude in a suit. And a
Is he like
cowboy
the
hat.
chief or like what the fuck is this?
Don't know.
So one thing I forgot to mention was when the band kids died, blowtorch to the mouth.
That was rough.
Woo!
But like such a waste of a good scene because we know.
Don't completely see it.
Yeah, we know they have the budget for it. They could have shown that off, and that could have been so cool to look
If
at.
we know anything about them,
Or like
about this budget, is that Halloween, by the kills we saw in Halloween Kills, we know they had the budget
Which-
to do that shit in this movie.
which also when he stomped in that girl's head.
Yeah.
under the
Under the fence, yeah.
Quite see it.
They had a budget of 30 mil.
What was Halloween Kills budget?
Halloween Kills was a budget of 20 mil.
So they had $10 million more dollars, and we couldn't blowtorch a fucking kid.
But let's account for inflation.
Word of the fucking day.
Word of the day, inflation.
They
But-
couldn't inflate a fucking kid for $10 million.
They just made a kid bounce.
Fuck that kid.
I look forward to seeing a little counter at the bottom.
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh.
Bing, every time, just bing.
It's gonna take me a minute.
Alright, well, there's enough kids have died tonight. And,
But not enough in the same reality.
yeah.
Kind of wish more.
I gotta go fucking feed this dog, man.
Yeah.
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 I got a dog currently starving right now. Ready for some grub.
Yeah.
You probably won't eat anyway.
Is that like...
My mom's out of town, you know what I mean? So you
Oh.
know, dogs like they
Yeah.
just won't eat when their owner isn't there.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm probably gonna go there and feed them and let them out and then just leave again. So
Okay, Dad.
I mean, like, you know, what am I supposed to do? Just okay, yeah. Well, I gotta leave. I'm gonna go get cigarettes.
Come on, give me some slack.
Yeah, come on, chill, guys. God, I'm trying to watch the game.
So I would like to point out that I'm glad that we're not the only one to think this. As scrolling down my Facebook feed, everyone who has apparently gone to see the movie tonight keeps on saying that the movie was complete shit. So
Garbage.
I think it's a collective.
It was a
agreement.
garbage movie.
Yeah, when I went to the concession stand, I said, "God, that movie fucking sucks, doesn't it?" He's like, "Yeah, it fucking sucks."
Nice.
So, no.
And I mean, who better to ask than
Then-
the guy? at
Then the
concession
goddamn
stand?
guy at the concession stand at the movie theater. Yeah, because he said he saw it last night.
Who's probably snuck into like 5 movies already that night.
Yeah, he's like, I got some fucking VIP seats.
I've always wanted to work in a movie theater.
I bet you fucking do.
I'll be that person up in the projector room. Just yeah, I'm watching this movie for free.
Hell yeah. Maybe we'll own a movie theater someday. All right. Thank you for watching or listening.
Hey-o.
You can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, yada, yada, yada. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want to give your YouTube spiel?
Man, it's been a while. Oh yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so that way you get notified anytime there's a new video. Or just this one, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, that way you get
Try to hit them
notified.
both if you can.
Well, let's do
There's no way you're not going to show up in that one. It's
No,
not
no,
going to happen.
I was just fucking with you.
Don't forget to ask for donations.
this. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. Are we on Patreon yet?
No.
Okay,
don't
then
know
don't
what
worry
that
about
is,
Patreon.
really.
Just,
We're not
don't
going to
forget
be
the
on
bell
Patreon.
icon.
That's a lot of work.
Cash app us.
Even if you can hit the bell icon, then go to your notification settings and turn those off in the iPhone. But it still like shows in our the algorithm. It's a good thing, So
Every little bit helps.
yeah, I mean it's like we're just trying to get out there, trying to get people to see our faces. You
Tell
know
your
what I mean?
friends.
If you're interested in a new car, let me know. No, I'm kidding. No, that's a little too far.
Harley's the only one making money on this podcast.
yeah.
He's like, surprise, guys, I work for Carvana.
Yeah.
I'll deliver
yeah.
to any of you guys.
Any of you
Brought
guys,
to you
yeah,
by
whatever.
Carvana. Not really.
Yeah, don't do that. Just call me. Or like the video. There we go. Hey, full circle.
Email us if you want to talk to Harley. Constant Crisis Hotline at yahoo.com.
That's right.
I'll forward it over to him. At Constant Crisis 1 on Twitter. We have an Instagram, I think. Thanks
Yeah.
for your
watching.
thanks for your
Or
fandom.
listening. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Yeah.
Happy
You
Halloween.
got crack? Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.